Hey everybody, sorry for all the delay. The healing went long and then I had fun with cats and dogs. So let me know if you can hear me. And we can go ahead and have a Q&A live stream. Just getting my screen ready here. All right, yeah, I don't think I have any confirmation yet that you guys can see and hear me. Lots of questions submitted. Oh, good. Thank goodness. Thank you. All right, so let's do this. All right, so someone says, wondering what, oh, well, okay, for an intro, if you don't know me, my name is Janet Wright. I'm an energy healer, reader, and teacher, and I do these Q&As at this point twice a month. But please don't guilt trip other readers or psychics or healers to do free things, because just please don't be one of those people. But anyway, but I'm happy to do this, and this should be fun. And if you don't know, you can post a question, even if I've never worked with you before, just one per person. I don't read the future, but other than that, I'm happy to look at your energy. If you want me to look at your energy and suggest healing or something, first name and last initial would be ideally nice, because a lot of times people have these enigmatic YouTube names that aren't their real name. So your first name and last initial would help a little if you want. Okay. Someone says, wondering what I might do to improve my work situation and my physical healing process. I'm part of the healing this time. Okay, your angels show me this image, and this could apply to anybody. You can imagine a river that's just for your work progress. So it's not like the life river, although it's maybe a similar concept. But you just imagine a river, and it's supposed to flow, and it represents your work. And the way I see your work river is it has a big blockage in it, and it's not your family members, because I know them, and it's not, and I mean, I know to check for each one, it's not them. It looks like it's people who have been customers of your business in the past, and they have expectations. They have a sense of like, it's you know how like Kleenex, right? Kleenex is a brand, but a lot of people say, give me a Kleenex when they mean give me a tissue. Like Kleenex has become a substitute for the word tissue. And so in your business, sometimes your customers are so impressed with you that they have kind of used you, and your work has become like a part of their life in a way, and so they kind of think, a certain season, they think about you, they think, and so it's just that you have people accidentally, most likely accidentally, but people can be pretty like invasive, even just as fans, And so you have basically fans of your work that are blocking up your work river. And so you can melt all that out, just melt their expectations, melt their, just stuff that's in your work river, because it looks like that's blocking you up. But I think part of that is because you're trying to change the nature of your work river, and so they're like all like, no, you're this way, and it's just all very subconscious. They're not probably consciously trying to limit your business, but it happens. People subconsciously are not very open to change usually. So if you want to make changes and adjustments in your life, if you don't wash people out, they kind of hold you back. Doesn't mean that they're all evil people. It just means that, you know, people get triggered and they get invasive, and that's the way it goes. So you just clear them out. So I would say, yeah, imagine your work river and clear out present and past clients from your work river, because your work river should just be, you know, your creation, and the customers shouldn't stop the flow of the work river. They shouldn't even be in the work river, because the work river is like your creative space and your manifestation space for your work. But if you don't like it as a river, imagine it as something else. But that's the way your angels showed it to you. Someone says, so hope that helps. Thank you for your question. Somebody says, hey, Janet, I'm curious as to why I keep attracting people who think I'm interested in them, plus have poor boundaries. What part of my energy should I be working on to break these patterns? As always, thank you. Okay, so the angels are reminding me of a time in my life where, I mean, there were probably several times in my life where I had this issue where, you know, I wrote it off as, well, I'm like a happy person, you know, I mean, I work on that, you know, I heal my inner wounds, I, you know, work on your heart chakra generates enthusiasm, you know, creative rings generate inspiration, you know, so it's not accidental, you know, it's not because I've had an easy life or anything that I'm positive, right? But, you know, there are contexts in which, you know, when I was single, a lot of people, not a lot of people, but, you know, in an inconvenient level, you know, people would think, oh, she's hitting on me. And it'd be like, no, dude, I meditated. I feel good today, you know? So, anyway, I think part of that, though, I mean, part of it is just people like being around enthusiastic people. And so it's kind of wishful thinking on their part, like, oh, we could do something. You want to go out? You know, and that's just, you know, you could work on clearing shame at being attractive to others, you know, because it's not your fault. It's nothing you are doing bad, you know, but there are many religions, even now, there are religions that teach women to feel shame if anyone is attracted to you, that you must have done something wrong, you know. And so I do think you have some past life shame from times when you were in those types of cultures, where you were demonized for anyone being attracted to you. So I would say clear shame. Just do blanket exercise for that. But clear shame around your sexuality, clear a feeling of guilt or responsibility if, you know, heaven forbid, a bunch of people find you attractive, you know. But then also, I think what's also going on, which was going on with me at the time, because I was single, is like a subconscious part of me accidentally was kind of screaming out loud, I need a boyfriend! Where's my person? Wah! You know, and I think that confused people, you know, and so they thought, oh, she's looking, she's interested, hey, you know, and so I think that probably, plus just the natural, you know, smiling was enough to really cause quite a bit of confusion. So I think you have that going on too, where like, yes, you sort of have a request with your angels and the universe to kind of help you with your love life, but there's sort of an accidental broadcast scream, you know, that you're doing with your telepathy, throat chakra, about like, where's my boyfriend? I want the right person. Wah! You know, it's about time. You know, and maybe you don't fully consciously feel that way, but there's a part of you that is doing broadcast telepathy about that, and that you could stop doing that. Because that's not really how it works. It's not like if you scream loud enough, long enough, your person will hear you and come. They're just, if you work with your angels and you just work on your energy, then that makes you ready. And if your person that you're supposed to meet is ready too, then the angels make it happen. It's just, so no broadcast telepathy is necessary. So heal your throat chakra, just like extra. And just clear any extra blockages. I think it's just some blockages and stress in your throat chakra that are causing you to broadcast telepathy that you need a boyfriend. And then just clear the shame, of that, people are attracted to you. So I hope that makes sense. Thank you for your question. Someone says, thank you, Janet. Is there anything I can work on further to feel less limited, closed, and be more adventurous in life, even when I'm in a rough situation? Yeah. The way your angels show it to me, it's like you can look at, okay, here's me now. Oh, yeah. Okay. If you search YouTube, there's a video on this. If you search Janet Wright comfort zone, and search that. But the like quick version they're also showing me, so I think that video would be good. There's at least one video about being, expanding your comfort zone. I think probably the title of the video is expanding your comfort zone. But it looks like there's like sort of your world now, and then there's the adventurous version of you, healthy adventurous version of you, which is more adventurous than you are now. And just look at like, what is the blocked energy you need to clear so that your current world expands to include this healthy, more adventurous version of you, and so just clear the energy blocks that keep you from being more adventurous. So I think that's it. And also, if you keep working your manifestation wings, because that extra amount of energy just really helps to kind of break free of things. But that should keep you busy. All right, hope that helps. Thank you for your question. Somebody says, hi, Janet. Is there anything that my angels would like me to work on that I'm not at the moment? Not exactly, not in the way you're saying it, because they say that you're hearing them very well these days. And so the different nuances of what they're pointing out for you to work on, you are working on. So that's all working very well. So it's more like other things that you could do to help the balance, like watching funny shows and stuff and going for walks, that kind of thing. But meditation, energy healing wise, you're really hitting it on the mark. It's just the other stuff. How can you complement your energy work with other sort of lifestyle things? That's something you could tune into more, like walks, like funny shows, like thinking about your clothes and the colors. Not that you need to buy clothes, new ones, but just what you have and what you're wearing, and does it bring out a more playful side in you or not. There's a video they're suggesting of Janet Wright. You'll find it if you search YouTube with the words Janet Wright, relax and enjoy. So I think if you just write Janet Wright, relax, enjoy, you should find it. I forget what technique we're using in the video, but it helps you to relax and enjoy life more. So I think that's really more the area that they're nudging towards, because you're already doing great with the energy healing type stuff. All right, so hope that helps. Thank you for your question. Someone says, hi, Janet, how can I improve my physical strength? I know I can work on inner motivation, but I feel something else is also in the way. I try to consult my angels, but I need more clearing to hear them. You know, your angels say that you actually hear them subconsciously about your physical strength and what you can do about it, but you're kind of like not wanting to hear it. So I would just maybe like explore that. Like, what about physical exercise do you really not want to do? um, you can rank it like, okay, I don't want to go for a walk. I really, really don't want to, do yoga stretching at home. I really, really, really don't want to do cardio. I really, 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 kind of play games with it to like tease it out of your brain where your resistance is. Because it seems like your angels are showing you like 6 different ways you could work on your physical strength. And you're just like, oh, I don't want to do any of that. What should I do? So, they're just like start small, start gradual, be consistent. So it's not really that there's one perfect thing to increase your physical strength. It's just that, you know, starting and continuing is the issue. So I hope that makes sense. Um, yeah. You could do that melt your wall video if you want a video for it. Janet Wright melt wall will get it for you if you search that. Janet Wright melt wall for melt your wall. It's a 4-minute video where you melt the wall that's in between you and your angels so they can help you more. But this one you could imagine the wall that's in between you and your angels that are trying to help you exercise, and just melt that so that you're not like kind of pushing your angels back when it comes to exercise. So I hope that makes sense. Thank you for your question. Somebody says, hi, Janet. How present am I in my first chakra these days? Am I listening to my angels? Thank you for the healings and techniques. Rock on. Rock on! Energy healing! La la la. Yesterday you were in 7 through 2. So for you, yeah, it's early today. You were in 7 through 1 today. Earlier today. Yeah, all day. Today you've been in all your chakras. Yesterday was Saturday for you, and you were in 7 through 2 the whole day. You had I think you did have some Kundalini chakra damage, which was affecting your first chakra presence. So we did that in today's healing. We repaired explicitly the Kundalini chakra and the first chakra. So I think, but wait, you were in your first chakra earlier today too, though. So why were you not in your first chakra yesterday? I think you had a cord from a family member. You know what it was too? It was first chakra, first layer energy blocks. Because someone can core the first layer energy blocks and then they can send energy into your first chakra from the energy blocks. So, because it's just all this surplus energy going through their cords. So, I think yesterday you just had a couple too many triggered energy blocks in the first layer, so you weren't in your first chakra yesterday, Saturday. Friday, during the day, which for you was before the healing, you were in your first chakra all day Friday, before and after the healing. Thursday morning, you were not in your first chakra, again, because of first layer energy blocks that were being corded. But Thursday evening, you did get into your first chakra. You had cleared some of your first layer energy blocks in the front. So it's sort of on and off. Sometimes it's all the whole day. Sometimes it's a half of the day these days. That you're in all your chakras. Maybe, yeah, I would just say have fun clearing first layer energy blocks. Just first layer underneath your feet, first layer around your ankles, first layer around your shoulders, just keep having fun with your first layer. I mean, your angels think you're on track. It's just first layer, it's a challenging one to master. It takes a little bit to clean the backlog and get really good at it. So you're definitely on the right track is what your angels show me. So just keep going. clearing first layer energy blocks. So you just imagine like that red layer around you, you know, set your first chakra to red, imagine your first layer, what's not red, go ahead and clear what's not red in your first layer, all the way right around your body. Right. Someone says, Janet, I can definitely feel the manifestation wings after today's healing and feel great after clearing the limiting agreements. Curious how I've been doing with love life healing. Yes, love life healing, which was probably the August triplet set, just for other people's information. Love life healing. Okay, you've cleared a lot, you know, like per that triplet set, you know, pretty much everything in that triplet set, you've worked a lot. So you could kind of put a check mark on that probably for a while, and you wouldn't have to do those exact techniques for your love life for a while, like the you know, the avoidance library and stuff like that. I think you've done a bunch with that for now, but I would say if you want to walk through, there's probably a timeline healing. If you search Janet Wright timeline healing, there are probably a few videos that'll be that. And because I think the next thing you could do is clear baggage from restrictive past life marriages that you had, or restrictive past life relationships. Because I think part of why people might delay, you know, meeting the right person is just because they have a strong association with losing freedom and losing autonomy and losing, you know, part of your identity in a relationship, because they've had so many past life relationships where that exact same thing occurred. Maybe they, you know, they've seen it in other people's relationships, etc. So yeah, so I would past life, clearing past life baggage, you know, timeline healing seems like a nice way to do that for you. So when you do any of the timeline healing videos, just make it for past life relationship baggage. That could be something you do for a while. For a while, but, you know, maybe like 3 times a week at most. Just do all your other wellness stuff too. Yeah. So I hope that helps. Thank you for your question. Someone says, hi, Janet, great heal. I lost my place. Hi, Janet, great healing and so needed for both my partner and me. Yes, you did receive the healing, as did he. Can you share a little about how open he was to receiving the healing since he didn't know and if it was effective? Yeah, you're meaning to say that he's a telepathic consent participant, which for others, if you don't know about that, you can purchase a spot in any of my group healings for somebody you care about who's close to you, you know, like a boyfriend or a partner or a child or a parent or, you know, a sibling or something, or a grandparent, who maybe they're not consciously open to getting a healing, but I ask them on a spirit level. And so in doing that, I'm talking to a more evolved version of them, and that isn't influenced by their sort of conscious judgments. And they might still at first be like, are you kidding? Why would I want that? And then I explain it to them and they're like, oh yeah, of course I want that. You know, like I'll explain like, oh, it'll help your focus at work, and it'll help you to, you know, sleep better, and it'll help you to have more energy in the afternoons, you know, stuff like that. That's obvious, you know. But anyway, so long story short, your spouse is a telepathic participant, and he hasn't gotten consistent healings until recently. So I think his learning curve now is way faster because he's getting more consistent group healings. And he does like the wings stuff. He doesn't think, like somebody else's husband, they had this reaction like that it was sort of like good pot or something, like on a spirit level. They were just like, whoa, that's good. I don't smoke pot. I mean, I'm not against people that smoke pot at all. But my life is already too trippy, so so I would need the opposite of pot. So I don't smoke pot. But anyway, but this other person's husband said it like manifestation wings were like good pot. But your estranged spouse says it like it's like being in a a fighter pilot where it's like you get the good like your airplane was like all tuned up, and you got the better gasoline, and you got like your plane got good maintenance, and then you're on a flight and it's like you could just feel the difference. It's like taking the personal power to a new level. So he definitely likes his manifestation wings subconsciously. I think it helps with him with pushback with his mom. um, does it affect his conscious perceptions of things yet? um, it's starting to diffuse his pent up anger. Like if he has this much repressed anger that normally gets triggered, now he has this much anger that normally gets triggered. So it takes time because he's got quite a stockpile. But his angels say he's on track now, with the consistent healings. He's like, he's, so, I mean, I can't predict, what occurs, but he is definitely receiving them. He's very much like, he's very like eyes open with it. He doesn't, he's not missing a beat with the healing. So that's neat. So hope that makes sense. Somebody says, and just so you mention him in the survey. That's super helpful. Even if you don't say a lot about him, just saying his name in your survey is enough for me to like be like, oh yeah, let me check him too. And what does he need? So like that, the clearing the agreements helped him a lot, and you a lot, and many people. But it helps that you mention him in the survey. Okay, thank you. Someone says, thank you for the healing. I'm having trouble reading about my relationship between myself and my immediate family members. Would you or angels give me a little clue, more info in second comment? My family are going through difficult things. I keep feeling that I should be with them, yet they keep encouraging me to move forward on my own path here in the city where I live. What am I missing? Yeah, I think they're right. I mean, I think that, the phase that you're entering in your personal growth is a bit overdue, and they know it. And so they're like, no, don't come. Because you're a little eager to like drop everything and just, and just be the assistant. And they're like, are you kidding me right now? Like, you do what you're doing. They can tell that you finally like changed the chapter in your life book, and it's like it is a little overdue what you're doing, and it's really healthy. And like the eighth chakra, I mentioned how the eighth chakra can be higher or lower above the top of the aura, and at most, as the closest point, it's like 3 feet above the top of the aura, the eighth chakra. And then like when you're doing stuff that doesn't really mean much to your life, it's like further away sometimes. But yours is definitely like, like 2.5 feet above the top of your aura. Like it's very engaged in, this current chapter of growth and your personal growth in your life. So yeah, they don't need your physical presence. They need you to keep doing what you're doing. I mean, yeah, I think you just have this really, maybe you have some fear about, like, if you grow up more, like, there's this leaving of childhood or something with this new phase of growth that you're in. And it's like, if you do that, you're feeling a little bit alone. And so that's part of that urge to run back to them and just focus on them is like be a little kid again. And they're like, no, girl, you do you, please. We can see this is amazing for you. So I would just say, just remind yourself of your age and like literally the number of how old you are now, just in a centered, proud way, and just really embrace this stage of your life and yeah, if you look up any of my Janet Wright Clear Fear videos, I think that the top two choices are really nice choices. So if you search Janet Wright Clear Fear, that would be good. Because I think there's, you just have some fear triggered for this new chapter of growth in your life, and it's causing you to have this extra urge to focus on your family members and stop what you're doing. So yeah, hope that helps. Thank you for your question. Someone says, is there a constant energy leak? How to fix it? I'm trying grounding or a cleanse, but it works for a small period. And they give me their first name and last initial, which helps. Thank you. Appreciate your help. Thanks. Yeah, I don't think you've done aura repair. So aura repair is different than aura cleanse. I don't think you've done aura repair. You have like big, like ideally the aura would be round, like a very round all around you. So you're in there, and then you have this big bubble all around you, right? But for you, it's like this part has a dip in it, just like this apple actually. So you have a missing part up here, and then you have missing parts back here, which is very common for people that don't repair their aura. So it looks to me like you've never actually explicitly done aura repair, which is most people for some reason. Like it's just not a spiritual thing that a lot of people teach, but I'm very excited to teach it. So I got your videos for you on aura repair. We did it in today's healing. We do it every live stream, like towards the start, we'll do aura repair. So you could, if you don't get today's video emailed to you because you're not signed up, subscribed, and, click the bell icon, then just do the Friday video, the most recent live stream. Aura repair is pretty soon into the healing part, but yeah, you got to heal that stuff. If you want a standalone video that's kind of nice, that would teach you that plus aura buffers, which would be extra protective, so then your aura wouldn't get damaged so quickly each time. Just search YouTube for Janet Wright Gold Buffer Zones. Gold Buffer Zones. They're like these gold aura buffers that you make for around your aura that are nice and flowy, and they help to delay the aura damage part, but you have to repair your aura first, and that video will walk you through it. It's an 18-minute video. Very doable. Since your aura damage has been there for quite a long time, maybe do that video, twice in one day and then twice the next day, and then you probably like it's fully repaired, and you'll notice it expands more once it's all repaired and not leaking. I think you'll notice the difference quite a bit. And if you have follow-up questions on aura repair, you could post it under any of my videos. But I think if you do that video a few times, you'll be straight. And then there's, if you search Janet Wright Aura Repair, you get this 10-minute video. That's once you've already learned what aura buffers are, then this 10-minute walkthrough is nice to just for daily maintenance. It does grounding and aura repair. But yeah, that's, I think, what you're mostly missing. Because your chakras are not damaged. It's just your aura is very damaged. So I hope that helps. Someone says, I can hear you. Oh yeah, good. Thank you for telling me. Someone says, hi, my full name is bum. Thank you. After the last healing session of 6th November, 2 days ago, I was not tired, but at random moments, I felt like leaving my body for a few minutes and coming back. Yeah, sometimes that happens when I meditate. Like, there are I think the two main reasons why, like, I might leave my body if I'm meditating, and this is happening just in your regular life. I don't know if it's when you were meditating, but is like particularly if you're meditating, but if you're in a big period of change, like you did the Friday healing, and then you're like, whoa, and so all this stuff is turned on and repairing and healing, that wasn't before, you can your angels bring you up to your Akashic records to get a new astral body. I know that sounds, it's a lot, but okay. So your astral body is your energy body, the part of you as a spirit that can fit fully into your physical body, right? But your astral body is like it's like a form. If without the astral body, you're like a big ball of light. And so you can go with your angels to your Akashic records, however you pronounce it, and get a new astral body, just like fresh, because like maybe there's just too much damage to your old one, and you've grown and cleared so much that you may as well just get a fresh new astral body. So I think that's what was happening with you. It was a good reason, but your angels kept going up to bring you up to your Akashic records to get a new astral body, and then you came back down. The other reason that I might or somebody else might leave their body, and well, there are many reasons, I guess, but you could be leaving your body for like because you're a little overwhelmed or something, and so there's a scattered part of you that just is like, "Wow, I'm out of here," and then you just like give that scattered part of you a lot of gold light, so that part of you can clear and come back. But I don't think that was what's happening with you. I think you were just in such a period of growth that your angels kept bringing you up to your Akashic records for a new astral body, and then you just came back down. So I guess in a nutshell, not a problem. Hope that makes sense. Um, and I'm glad that the healings are helping, and thank you for putting your name because it makes it easier for me. Okay, so it says, "Hi, Janet. I purchased a healing for the person I'm seeing." Yes, you did. And I will look at my list so that I can see the name. Okay. I'd love to know how his energy looks after this healing so far. By the way, I feel amazing today. Good to know. It's a funny set that he started on, because it's like the manifestation wings, they're such a big deal. So he really started at sort of a funny one. They're a gentle big deal, so it's fine. It's just hilarious. Well, he was very open to it today, even more than Friday, which is typical. That the more healings you get for a newbie, for a new person, they kind of get the swing of it. The more healings they get, he seemed very open to it. The deep thought work seems to have especially helped him. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was just more mellow today than even usual. And I think that Kundalini chakra repair helped him too. I think he very much needed that extra repair at the first chakra and the Kundalini chakra, so that could help him sleep more deeply, just to get the Kundalini chakra and the first chakra unblocked and repaired more. So yeah, he's very open to it. He's really diving in. So yeah, so far so good. Thank you for your question. Someone says, "What can I do to see any energy color to help me heal?" Well, thank you for your question. And that is an interesting way that you word it. You don't need to see energy to heal yourself. Seeing energy is clairvoyance, usually done with the sixth chakra. But the sixth chakra, to like learn how to see consciously and with clarity and to really know your way around it, you have to actually get pretty present. And so for a while, you can self-heal and get more and more present with like intention and imagination and thought. So you're doing the same healing, you just don't see. You imagine or you think your way through it. Um, so that's like using intuition, using feeling with your fingers, using just thought, thinking yourself through it. Um, so you actually seeing color is not necessary, bottom line. And eventually it just comes. The more and more you heal, the more it comes on. So it's sort of unfortunate that way, because it would be nice if you could just, turn it on first with one video and then you get this nice Technicolor world, But that's not really the way it works. I mean, if just the idea of seeing color is very like exciting for you, I mean, you can overtly work on that. I do have you could search YouTube for a video that will come up with the words Janet Wright clear blinders. Janet Wright clear blinders. That could be a nice one. But for you, personally, I would say work on that, because you kind of have this heart thing about seeing color is going to be awesome, which it is cool. But then I would say these days, let's see, last Tuesday, yeah, I would say when you're more present, like in the last week or two, you tend to be in 7 through 3, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So that means as long as you keep up with your unblocking, your grounding, and your aura repair, you're usually in 7 through 3 these days of your physical body. So that means 2 and 1 are the ones you still need to keep healing and working on, and second and first layers of your aura, right? And so I have a video that just focuses on that and kind of fast tracks you with that. So I think that actually would be, in addition to the Janet Wright clear blinders, the Janet Wright get present. If you just search Janet Wright get present 2-1, maybe Janet Wright get present chakras 2-1 chakras. So it's 2 space 1 space chakras. Janet Wright get present, because it's Janet Wright get present in your second and first chakras, or get more present in your second and first chakras. But I think that video would be really nice. So you could do both. You could, extra work on, Janet Wright clear blinders, just to further enhance the potential for your clairvoyance, and then getting more present as soon as possible. That's what's really going to help your self-healing and your self-awareness. So that video, Janet Wright get present in your second and first chakras, would be the one that I would most suggest. So I hope that helps. Because your hand chakras are generating gold light, even if you can't see it as a metallic gold. Like seeing metallic gold, for me, that was not easy. I mean, first of all, when I first tried to see energy, all I saw was black for a long time. So I think that was meant to be, so that then I can coach everybody else through it, because every once in a while there's some psychic who was like, oh no, since I was 1 year old, I saw dead people everywhere, but I came from a much more repressed environment, so all my abilities were like slammed closed, and I think that's meant to be, because it's common, and that way it makes it easier for me to coach other people through this stuff, because I've been through it in this life, so anyway, with your intention, you're setting these chakras to generate metallic gold. Even if you can't see metallic gold, it's still happening. It's maybe not as fun that you can't see it as a metallic gold, but what I had to do, like I had this little test tube of like gold leaf pieces that were floating around in water, and I would keep that near me so I could kind of see the gold metallic energy of that gold leaf floating around, and then I would close my eyes and I could see the gold metallic better if I had just looked at it on the physical plane first, or like a little container of gold glitter. Maybe I should keep that by me during the live streams. I can show people the gold glitter. But because at first, I mean, even once I could start seeing color, like gold metallic, seeing it was just harder for me to see it. But anyway, what I'm saying is you are using gold light to heal you even if you can't see it. So that's that. Hope that helps. Hope that makes sense. Someone says, "Hi Janet, I am feeling pessimistic and flat this past week. The normal healing techniques I use don't seem to be working. Even after Friday's healing, I don't feel better. What's going on?" Well, how about today's healing? Maybe, I guess, even after today's healing, you don't feel better because you asked it today. Well, I don't know if you asked that question early, maybe. Pessimistic and flat. Usually flat is that your Kundalini is completely off. So you can turn it on. You can do one of my Kundalini videos, my Kundalini playlist that I put underneath in the Friday comment section beneath the timestamp links. I have the optional videos, and at the bottom of that is like the Kundalini playlist is one of the things I suggest. Or you could just, just walk yourself there. You just turn it back on. And it was healed today. The Kundalini chakra and the first chakra were healed today. So you could just kind of turn your Kundalini chakra on to like a nice low red flame to go up your spine. Sometimes, like the classic example of someone's Kundalini energy turning off is like moms with kids. I think it's just, I don't know, it's just something about how draining and just mind-numbing that can be. For me, sometimes it's when like all three of my dogs misbehave at once, or they all get sick all at once, and it's like, it's just like your mind gets smeared like around like a mile. It's just like you're just like and I think that can turn off your Kundalini like accidentally, so then you just feel kind of flat. So long story short, turn your Kundalini back on, and get your heart chakra to generate more. Your heart chakra gets blocked up in the back, and then it's not generating enough, so like your fourth layer is all skinny. So I think with fourth chakra energy a lot more, and then with Kundalini, then you'll be like, whoa, hello people. Because your creative rings are good enough. Yeah, they're good enough. I think it's just heart chakra and then Kundalini. And of course, remember to turn your Kundalini off at night to go to sleep. And if you wake up and you can't go back to sleep, turn it back off. And obviously, see my Kundalini videos for more information. So you could search Janet Wright Kundalini, but definitely Janet Wright Kundalini, because there's a lot of nutcase stuff out there about Kundalini. So I hope that makes sense. Someone says, "Hi Janet, I've felt really good during and after a healing. Thank you. But 1 hour of productivity is followed by 10 hours of being stalled. Today woke with first headache in a long time and still have it. What should I do?" So GV meridian for a lot of people is what's going on with the headache. Chakra damage, aura damage, GV meridian damage. But you did just get the healing, so that's kind of wild. But you said you had it this morning too, before the healing. It looks like your ex-husband is kind of, not loving you right now. I just see him like, trying to like dig in here. I think when you have 1 hour of productivity and 10 hours of, he got in a little and you got some aura damage, and you're thinking of it as a lack of productivity, but you're not just sort of checking all your basics. You're like, oh God, no, I'm not doing anything. Oh, this is terrible. This is my life, which is easy to go there. I understand, when your aura is damaged, but yeah, I think it's just aura damage. When in doubt, aura damage. When in doubt, aura damage. But then if it's if it's a headache, then that's not just aura damage. That's probably either chakra damage or GV damage or both. And for you, it's GV damage. So if you just imagine the tube that's your GV, and then yours is just kind of like split a little bit. A lot of it did heal today, but not enough. And so, because he has stuck in these like white little like razor blade little things like, and so you got to get out the hard objects out of your GV meridian, and then it heals up nice, and just keep taking out the hard objects and then let it heal up. Sometimes with me, I'll have hard objects and I'll also have a couple beings shoved in the damaged parts, so then you got to get those out, but you don't have that. You just have the hard objects in the way of your GV meridian. So you can also, ask him to chill out. I mean, you don't ask him to chill out. You just say, hey, how are you? Have you talked to your angels lately? And then he'll be like, oh, no. You'd be like, well, I think your angels can help you with all the stress you have. And then, he'll be doing that for a few days. But yeah, I think he's just... I think for years, he used to kind of, I mean, this is going to make him sound worse than he is. I don't mean to vilify him, but I think he kind of fed off your energy for years and years. So now, without that opportunity, now that you've just gotten much stronger boundaries and you're just more present, and so that's not so possible with you. But he hasn't really learned how to, make his own energy as much, and to clear his own blocks and ground himself as much. I mean, if you want, get him a series of triplet sets, or even healing master classes. For him, he could grow just as much from a healing master class. It wouldn't have to be a triplet set for him. But you could do that, get him a couple in a row of some, the group healings, just to get him kind of like with that concept of, but if the free version of that would be just keep reminding him like every day to work with his angels. You can work with your angels. Your angels can help you with your career. Your angels can help you with your health and your sleep. Just stay present so you're not brainwashing, but just, that's the free version is just to continually remind him, because he hasn't transitioned from sort of sucking off you to being fully independent on a spirit level. And so he just is kind of like, coasting and not doing that great spiritually, and then he'll come back and attack you. So that's not totally ideal, but hope that makes sense. If he works with his angels and does it consistently, then he wouldn't do that anymore. Someone says, hi, Janet. I felt really good during and after a healing. Oh, wait. I'm reading the same one over again. Okay. Someone says, hi, Janet. I feel numb and resistant around my lower abdomen and love handles. So love handles, in case people don't know, because English is your third or fourth or fifth language, love handles are like right here. Okay, I'm feeling numb and resistant around my lower abdomen and love handles. I have been trying to heal there for a while, but I don't feel any progress. Any advice? Thank you. Yeah, I would say two things. One thing, kind of like in the healing today, where I said I used the example of like here with neck tension, and how you can, feel the tension, like find the tension, find something that's kind of stuck, and then close your eyes. And as you're massaging it, just lightly on a physical level, not so much that it hurts or you're popped out, like just do it light so you're aware of the discomfort. And you're like trying to relax it on the physical plane, but then look at it on an energy level and look at the aura layers immediately above that, first layer, second layer. Because a lot of times there'll be a hard object stuck in there that you remove, and then, or they're just plates of blocked energy that you melt. And if there's anything moving, that's just a being. So you can say, angels, please recycle that. But that's the idea, that usually if there's physical pain and tightness, then there's, tightness on a energy level, and you can imagine it and clear it. So with you, I would say, do like a side stretch, even just like not an official side stretch, but like this, and just kind of get a feel for that. And then just, kind of look and see, in first and second layer, and just look for hard objects shoved in there, which you have. And then, they can look like knives or little spears or something, and just lift them out, ease them out, gold light, and then, keep doing that, on either side. But, you can do that while you're stretching, just slow stretching, and just imagine the aura around it. You don't have to stretch at the same time, but sometimes that's cool, because then you can like sense the exact spot where it's really tight, and then direct your intuition and clairvoyance to that exact spot and be like, what is that? So I would say, yeah, I would say it's hard objects and then energy blocks in the first and second layer. But I mean, you're way more present in your hips and that whole area than you were, even 6 months ago. So I think the thing is, what you're experiencing is, the more present you are, the more you realize where you're not present. So, try to pat yourself on the back too for how much progress you've made. You made a lot of progress. All right, hope that makes sense. Thank you for your question. I do have to wrap up soon-ish, like 10 minutes from now or so. So someone says, awesome, thank you, Janet. You're welcome. Someone says, what did my husband think of the manifestation wings? Let's see what your husband thought of the manifestation wings. I like looking at the names. I'm going to look at his name. He says that he liked the clearing of agreements that we did today, because we cleared restrictive agreements that were kind of holding you back. And he said that he cleared agreements that he had made with his dad, that were kind of repressing his personal power. So he says his wings work better since he cleared agreements. We'll probably do more of that on Tuesday too. I mean, overall, he's sort of, that's fun. He sort of compares it to hang gliding. Like, I've never hang glided, but I've seen that image of, hang gliding, and you just like kind of, so he sort of imagines his manifestation wings as like the plane part of the hang glide thing. And he says they feel powerful and motivational. He feels like they can help him to get his parents out of his head more. So yeah, he likes them. Thank you for your question. Someone says melting personal resistances. Well, good. I'm not sure if you are referring to something that we were talking about. Nope, you're just saying it. Well, good for you. I'm glad. I do have some interesting videos about that, but I don't think your angels need you to do those. Let's see, any comments for your angels? Maybe a little aura repair for you, just a little. I think you may have done the live stream and healed yourself, but there's a little, like, I call it the Mohawk zone, like right, along here in the aura. And you just have a little bit more to do, and you're right around here. So like upper back, there's a little like crease, like a little tiny valley that's left over. So I would just say do a little bit more aura repair. All right. Someone says, super helpful, thank you. Oh, good. I'm glad my answer made sense. Someone says, hi, Janet, slept through the healing. Yeah, some people have really good sleep during these healings. Hope you do too. Looking at your name, which is nice for me to look at. Okay. Uh, Something healing. I've been triggering old baggage this weekend. Well, life has been triggering it, but I understand what you're saying. You have been triggered. Stuff I thought was cleared already. Anything I should know via angels, your thoughts? No, I think it's just there's always layers. There's always more to clear. So, I wouldn't worry about the whole thing. I mean, it's rarely that it's like, oh, I'm totally over that now. I mean, there's always like echoes of something or more past life stuff to clear around it. So I don't think you're moving backwards or anything, you know? I just think that the more present you get, there's like a new, deeper level of the same issue that you're ready to clear that you weren't ready to be aware of or clear before. So, I think when you're feeling especially triggered, your grounding pulls in and gets narrow. Um, so just redo your grounding, make sure it's nice and wide, and then look for the triggered energy blocks in the front of your aura. They like to be second layer, you know, first layer, second layer these days. But yeah, I think if you had a wider ground, it's just like you think your grounding is wide, but then you know you can get triggered and it pulls in all of a sudden, you know. So make it wide again, and then just do first and second layer stuff here, and then under your feet too, you know. So that get present in second and first chakras video is nice for that. Janet Wright, get present second and first chakras. So just 2-1 chakras. But yeah, so I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, I think what you're saying is you were very uncomfortable. You were feeling very triggered, in which case you're not properly clearing the energy blocks that are triggered. But if you have a wider grounding and you get your first and second layer happier and wider and more flowing, then things should clear pretty easily. So it won't be a big deal. But yeah, when you feel like you're over an issue, meh. I mean, you know, I still clear my ex-husband out of my space, and I'm like, what? I'm 50 now, and I married him when I was 25. You know, so I mean, not like it's a big issue in my life now, but you know, I'm not like, oh my God, why does he still get into my space? You know, it's just like whatever. You know, bam, bam, took care of it. Okay, so someone says, thank you, you're welcome. Someone says, hi, Janet. I'm learning about healing and angelic assistance. Energy was better with the aura and gold buffer, but feeling overwhelmed and stuck again. I'm learning about so many angels, but struggling to visualize them and know which ones I should be working with. Do they have messages for me on connecting with them and feeling better? Well, I don't know. Maybe you're like you're listening to other psychics or whatever, and they have different ideas about this. But for me, seeing your angels is not at all necessary. I mean, like I told somebody else, clairvoyance is something that opens up along the way as you get more present and whole and healed. But the idea would be hearing your angels, being open to your angel assistance. You know, you can even be subconsciously hearing them, so not consciously hearing them, and that still is really good, you know, to be more open to them. So I would say, you know, let's focus on what really helps is that you're letting your angels help and heal you, right? Even on, because subconsciously is fine. You know, a lot of the deepest parts of you are subconscious. So I mean, I have a 4-minute video called Melt Your Wall, where you melt the subconscious energy blocks that are blocking you from letting your angels help you more and more and more and more. So I would say that's a nice, simple thing to focus on first. Janet Wright, Melt Your Wall. 4-minute video, super doable. But because that's, you know, seeing them is like completely, it's kind of irrelevant. And the thing is, as far as like, which angels should I work with? Maybe you're talking about like, oh, there's Archangel Ariel and there's Archangel Metatron and there's Archangel Uriel and there's blah, blah, blah. But you have your own angels. Like you have personal angels. Everybody has personal angels. You have, you know, three personal angels and a spirit guide, which is pretty standard for people old enough spiritually to deal with me and think I'm not annoying. Um, so you just say angels and you're talking to them. So seeing them is, you know, when it happens, but it's not necessary. Um, so just say angels, you know, and you're talking to them and then they can hear you perfectly. So, you know, the more you focus on just being allowing them to help you and heal you and guide you, that's really it. But I think that melt your wall video is enough to help you start clearing more and more so that you're more fully allowing them to help you. Um, I think you're feeling overwhelmed and stuck because you have chakra damage. You're not getting these healings, so maybe you do follow along, but the chakra repair, if you are following along, the chakra repair isn't is not thorough enough. What you're doing, so just do it again and again. You know, like twice a day if you want. Chakra repair, because like your seventh is cracked and it's missing like several chunks at the top around the round opening at the top, and it's cracked and it's blocked up at the bottom. And then your sixth chakra, like the back 20% of it is like completely ripped off. Same with the fifth chakra, front of the fourth chakra, same thing. So chakra damage, so chakra repair is what you would need. Chakra repair. So that's in any of the long live streams that I'm doing. Chakra repair is a part of it. So like the Friday one or today's one, just the timestamp links aren't done yet for the today's one, so you could do the Friday one. It's the same process. But look in the comment section and it'll say chakra repair in big caps, all caps, and then it'll have a timestamp link. And you click on that timestamp link, whatever it is, like 40 minutes or whatever, and you go to that exact part of the video, and it's like, it'll be only 9 minutes or so, and it walks you through chakra repair. And using composite copy technique in a big gold tub of water. And but yeah, just keep redoing chakra repair because it's not fully complete yet. So that's why you feel overwhelmed. Yeah. Other things seem okay. But yeah, so the melt your wall video and then chakra repair would be a good thing. Okay, hope that helps. Hope that makes sense. Thank you for your question. Someone says, hi, Janet. What can help this mom to start the new career which she so loved to do? Your angels are showing me that something that would be fun and interesting, but also help you get more ready, is to read various past lives of yours. And you can just pick ones that are relevant to certain situations in your life, or just, you know, like, oh, okay, I'm going to read a past life where I had great hair, you know, I'm going to read a past life where I was male and really tall, you know, or I'm going to read a past life where, you know, I was female and I was, you know, I had a rounder figure, but I felt really good about myself, you know, or I'm going to read, you know, and just find different past lives that are of interest to you and just read some details. Like, what was your childhood like? What was your relationship like with your parents? Was there someone you really didn't like? Was there some baggage that's left over from this life at some point that you can clear now? And just kind of, you know, get practice by, you know, just having fun reading your own past lives. because I think that'll just help you to have more comfort level with reading, details and how that past life is affecting you now. Just kind of, let your imagination and your curiosity guide you to what you want to read about that past life or how it affects you now or whatever. You can read past life mom, past lives, where you've had a career, where you didn't have a career, where you wanted to have a career, all sorts of stuff. So, but it doesn't have to be mom lives, any kind of life that you want to read. Because, you've had a lot of past lives. So there's a life where, there's probably any situation you've had a couple lives like that. Okay, cool. Hope that helps. Thank you for your question. Someone says, have I done anything to mess up my income? Everything's blocked. So unexpected. Thanks. Well, just for context for other people, it doesn't look like you got this healing, and it doesn't look like you've gotten healings from me, maybe if ever, a long time. You have a lot of aura damage and chakra damage. The way your angels show it to me, it's like you were holding stuff. It's metaphorical, but like you're holding stuff that represents like, things that you're manifesting and you're doing and you're creating. And so you're holding all this stuff like in January of 2020, February of 2020. And then like in this metaphor that's kind of literal on a spirit level, all these lightning bolts came at you and it just like blew your energy, it damaged your energy and you dropped all that you were working on a spirit level. You just dropped it, so you dropped the apples and the tomato, and like on and off this year, there have been more lightning bolts, just more invasive energy, and you just haven't gotten repaired. And you're just like sitting there kind of dazed, like, what happened to me? So I would just say it's not anything like particularly epic that happened to you. It's just a lot of energy damage, and it doesn't seem like you know how to handle that, and you've never had that much focused damage or focused invasive energy pointing at you in this lifetime. So you've never really been forced to learn energy repair to that extent. But it's standard stuff that I teach all the time, so that's the good news. So I would say aura repair, chakra repair, grounding, wide flowing grounding. Do all that first. You can do any of the videos, like even just the first. Once I start, these live streams, they're really long, so that might be intimidating for you. But if you start, like look up when the healing starts in the comment section, there'll be timestamp links. And when the healing starts, probably within the first half hour will be most of what you need. It will be the aura repair and the chakra repair. Or you can go to timestamp links and go right to those parts. But you need grounding too, so maybe just do the whole start of the healing. But so you need grounding, wide and flowing, and you definitely need aura repair. But you also definitely need chakra repair. The aura is supposed to protect the chakras, but when the aura gets so ripped open, then the chakras start getting like cracks and pieces missing from them too. And then it's just like, it really impacts your functionality. So I'm sorry you've had a challenging year, but the upside of it is now you can become a big badass because you can learn all this healing work and repair work, and you'll be a lot safer going forward. And if you do know, well, even if you don't know, but if you have a sense of who's pissed at you, I have a video, Janet Wright, resolve conflict boundary issues. It's not called Janet Wright, but you have to search YouTube and put my name in first so you get my videos. But you type in the search at YouTube, Janet Wright, resolve conflict boundary issues. And that way that'll help you to help whoever's throwing energy at you for most of this year to kind of recenter and work with their angels more. So then they can leave you alone more likely. And you might have to just redo that process, like say twice a week the first week, and then once a week after that for about a month until they kind of get the point. And I mean, like it'll work at first, but then they'll forget and they'll get triggered again and start throwing energy at you again. And so then you do that with them again and they chill out. If you don't know who it is, the video can still work. You just imagine the anonymous person as a person, or two people or whatever, and then just do it with these anonymous people, that process. So it works. But that's just so they don't keep doing it, so it'll save you a little energy. You won't have to repair continually as much. So hope that makes sense. Thank you for your question. Someone says, la la la. I think I'm getting towards the end, which is good. Much appreciation. Hi, Janet. I got cute little birdies. Much appreciation for sharing your knowledge. I love learning from you. Thank you so much for being kind and saying thank you. Cute little birds. Someone says, yes, always being drained by others in environment. I see them watching on the roof just opposite my apartment. Jeez. Real men. Jeez. Well, that's a little creepy. Sounds like you need some window treatments. You can get like nice little curtains and stuff for your window. And then you can maybe get, like some sort of beach photos or something so you have a sense of the world outside, but people aren't able to stare in your window. That could be nice. But yeah, I think aura repair and chakra repair and everything will help you. You can also too, this is a nice video, if you search Janet Wright call back bring in, that could be nice too. Janet Wright call back bring in is two different processes. One is call back your energy from whoever took it or wherever you left it, and then bring in is to bring in new like motivation and enthusiasm or whatever that is yours that you need to bring in. So that could be a nice video for that person who feels drained, and for everybody wanting to bring in new change. Someone says, thank you. I remember my first reading with you years ago. Yes, many years ago. You said my now ex had a huge energy cord attached to me. I was hoping he had transferred that to his current girlfriend. Thanks again. Yeah, sometimes, but she doesn't put up with it the way that you used to, which is good for his karma, because otherwise he would replicate the exact scenario with you with her that he did with you years ago. But yeah, she's less tolerant of it. So she'll like whack him out of her space. So he's not able to use her like a battery pack. So yeah. Someone says, thanks, Janet. I agree with everything you said and we'll start working on your suggestions. Oh, good. I'm glad it made sense. So glad. Yay. I'm happy for you. Yeah, you can be really, it's just sometimes life forces you to like learn about new things that before were not that necessary for you to learn, but life is better when you know about aura repair, for real. It's a new day. All right, guys, you are so cool. The next healing that I have is in just 2 days on Tuesday. And it'll be the same theme, but better. Spontaneity, letting go of repression, and also working more on manifestation wings, which are very cool, and they generate lots of gold light for you. And then, so that'll be on Tuesday, the 10th of November, 2020. And then the next healing after that is Sunday, the 15th of November, actually, which is the same day that my January group healings go up. So that'll be interesting, watching me do all that in one day. But anyway, so that Sunday, November 15th is a group healing. It's already sold out, but you can watch and heal yourself as you watch. But then November 15th, that's when the January healings go up on my session payment page. I'm not sure what time of day I'm going to put them up, just because I'm doing a healing that day and I'm doing a Q&A. That's the next Q&A also, is Sunday, November 15th, right after the healing. So, but if you get if you get yourself on my news email list, I'll email people to let them know when the group the group healings for January go up on my session payment page, because they sell out faster than they used to now. I mean, it's kind of good for me, but I feel everybody's stressed about it, so it's kind of not good for me. But whatever, if that's my biggest problem, it's not a problem. Okay, you guys are wonderful. Yay. If you want more information about the healings that are coming up, check out my website, janetwrightreadings.com. The page probably is not well named. It's called Pay for Sessions Here, and that's where all the upcoming group healings are. The themes, the dates, all that. All right, guys, you guys are so awesome. Bye.